Hello, Terry. This is your birthday present. Your son Brent bought for you, ordered for you. He got it to me in time to get it to you before your birthday. And as you can see, I've got the old amp board out. I'm getting ready to clean up this, I guess you'd just refer to that as a mess. Heatsink compound. I need to get rid of all of that and put some fresh in there. And then install the new high-speed fans to replace these. And get the Toshibas in there. Okay, more to come. Okay, got all that crap out of there. Got the new high-speed fans in there. And here's the difference. Look at the fan blades on these. And then look at the blades on these. They move a lot more air. And they spin faster. Okay, more to come. Okay, I got the all the old stuff removed, got the holes cleaned out, and then put some new heatsink compound on there. And I think I've told you guys this before, but you don't want to glob it on there like they had initially. Something I learned that stuck with me as I was taking some training, some schools, is that if you put too much of this compound under there, you could get what's called hydraulicking, where basically it can't push all the fluid out from under it, and it leaves pockets underneath the component you're trying to cool, and those pockets will create hot spots. So you just want enough on there to make sure that you got plenty of good thermodynamic coupling, but not enough to where that it will hold part of the cooling part or the heatsink part of the component away from the larger heatsink. Okay, all right, more to come. Okay, Terry, got your Toshibas all in place. You can see they're matched. All of them have a gain of 115. Okay, normally they're about 110, but these are a little hotter than the other ones. Right. Getting ready to put the solder to it. Right, more to come. Okay, Terry, got her all connected up, and I was running some tests. Got a 1,000-watt slug in the peak side over here. Hello, audio, audio, hello, audio, audio, 1 2 1 2, audio. Still got a lot more to do, but thought I'd show you that. That's tickling 1,000 watts peak, folks. Red dot Toshibas. Plus a couple of other little tricks that I know to do. More to come. Okay, got the box mounted. This site's just, or this clip is just showing where I painted around the holes I cut to run the wires through, to make sure that it didn't rust around there. Okay, and there's the screws that hold it on. I've got the blue Loctite on there around them to keep them from coming out. And you can see I painted the nuts and stuff that stick through the top. They're black to match the rest of the stuff, and I've started mounting the items in the back panel. Okay, this one on the end is going to be your amp control. The one next to it, you know what, I'm going to have to move that over one, because the one next to it is going to be the SP1A switch. This switch here is going to be your fan switch, so it's going to move over one hole. Okay, there's your power connector for the fan. Alright, just thought I'd show you that. That's just little quality issues that I do Okay, just to make sure this thing lasts you a long time. All right, more to come. Okay, Terry, I got the control box mounted on the top up here, and as you can see, it's pretty full. Got the SP1A mounted inside the box. Got all the switches and controls mounted. Okay, and a few little features that I'll be showing you later on, but I'll show you this real quick. That little yellow LED right there is for your fan. When you flip that on, the fan runs. Hang on just a second. I got the fan here. Haven't mounted it yet. It plugs into the back right there. Okay. And when you flip on the switch closest to it, away she goes. Now, you'll probably know that the fan is on. That light will help you know that it's on. Okay, so we'll move some air. But it'll be mounted to the bottom of the amp. Okay. Right now I just got it plugged into my small power supply so I can check all the functions, make sure that everything works. Here's your 10-turn clarifier. Cut that fan off. I'm sure you guys are hearing fan noise in the microphone. Apologize for that. Didn't think about it. Right now we're on channel 35 and we're zeroed up on 35. I'm on AM. You have about a 20 kc slide. Okay. Right here is 5 up. Okay. And you got plenty around that 5 up spot to where you can tune somebody in easily. In fact, it'll go all the way up one more channel. I believe, yep, that's 365. That's as far up as it'll go. You'll like this. You'll love this 10-turn clarifier. Makes it so nice. We're back on center slot on 35. Now we're going to slide down. Right there's 5 down. That's the 0 in the down direction. Okay, and it will go down to right there. About 9 down and 10 up, so about 19 kc a slide. I said 20, but it's not quite 20. But you can get on the channel and slide around if you hear people talking in between the frequency or whatever. Like on 38, I know a lot of folks will drop down to 380 or go up to 390 to talk because 385 is very crowded. And so you'll be able to do that. Okay. Hang on, let me cut the power, flip it over, and show you the LESCOM improvements. Alright, Terry. Showing you LESCOM improvements. That was a 1000 microfarad cap. It's been increased to a 3300 25 volt. Same thing with this guy. He was a 1000. He's now a 3300 25 volt. Your first RF amp has been upgraded to a 2SC2999. Okay. And there's your Murata 15 kilohertz wide filter, upgraded from a 25 kilohertz wide filter. Okay, 10.7 IF. Of course, your SP1A is mounted in the control box. Your high cut switch is mounted in the control box. And this radio already had the Schottky diodes installed. I didn't need to do that. So all I got left to do now inside, speaker wires, goes to the bottom cover. I've got to get some wire ties and tie all this stuff up, and then start putting it back together. Okay, more to come. All right, Terry got the hood up on it. These are some of the cables coming out of the bottom of the control box, and you can see there where I painted around the holes that I cut out to keep that metal from chafing the wires and also from corroding. I got the Loctite on all the screws to keep them from coming out. Okay, and I'll set this guy here down a little bit. We can take a look at the inside of the switch box, the control box. There's your LC6404 special program, just for this radio. Okay, there's your SP1A in there. I had it mounted over here to start with, but it interfered with that connector, so I had to move it over. But the adjustments are easy to get to. You take the 4 screws out of the top cover of this guy, and you can get to the adjustments on the SP1, but I'll have it all set up for you before I send it out. Okay, this is going to be your fan. This one is, okay, this is the SP1A control. This one is your amp control. With the bats down, they're all off. Okay, now I've got labels for the amp control, but I don't have a label for the SP1 or the fan. But just remember, the switch closest to the fan power connector is fan control. Okay, and this guy here, the one in the middle, is going to be your SP1A. This one will be labeled amp. With them down, they're all off. With the bats up, they're all on. Okay, all right, I'm going to start buttoning it up. More to come. Okay, it's going back together. Got the amp connected back up, cover put back on it. Got the radio all cable back up to it. More to come. Okay, Terry just got through punching out the hole for the fan in the bottom there and mounting the fan. Put a grill guard on it. I got nylocks on all 4 corners. Okay, so it should never come loose. Getting ready to put it on the bottom of the amplifier. Got to hook the speaker wires up. Mount this on the bottom. Plug it into the control box. Put the knobs on and start the bench test. Okay, more to come. Okay, Terry, thought I'd give you a shot of the back of the radio. And you can see I did find the amp sticker. So that switch is for your amplifier. The one there in the middle is for the SP1, SP1A. And the one there closest to the connector is the fan switch. I'm getting ready to hook it up to the, well, in fact, I do have it connected to the RSP 1500 power supply, and we're going to hook it up and let you see it running. More to come. Okay, Terry, it's finished. This is your birthday present from your son Brent. Brent ordered every single option I have available. He busted my chops on this one. Everything. This is your 10-turn clarifier. I know it's got like the band switch numbers behind it, but it's not a band switch. This is the 10-turn clarifier, and I've already showed you the range on it. This guy here becomes a dummy. It doesn't do anything anymore. Okay, it just sits there. But I left it in there in case we decide that you know, we figure out another use for it, or if you want to convert it back, you know, put the clarifier back on these 2 knobs here instead of the 10-turn. But I have never Since I've been building radios and installing 10-turn clarifiers, I've never had anyone want to switch back to this type of configuration. Everybody loves this 10-turn, and I think you will too. Okay, now your radio is the SUPER-LC998v800p, but I can tell you it does more than 800 watts peak. We're going to look at that here in just a minute. Still got it connected up to the RSP 1500, which is my 100 amp power supply. I've got the output voltage set at 14.9. Let's see, you can probably see that. Yep. Alright, let me show you a few things about your control box. Okay, this is your memory selector. Let's say you want to put your lowest channel in here in position 1. Okay, what you do, you push this lever down to save it. You'll see the display go out. Okay, that means it just saved that frequency and channel in position, memory position 1. Alright, I'm going to use I'll explain this switch a little bit later. Okay, and now you want to put channel 38. Well, let's see, let's go back down to 19. Let's put 19 in memory position 2. Okay, push the save button down. That channel is now saved in memory position 2. Now let's put 38 in position 3. Okay, got it in position 3. Hitting the save button. We just saved that channel in position 3. Now let's put the Caribbean frequency in memory position 4. And put the international call frequency in position 5. Position 5 for 27.555. The only thing you have to remember is that international call frequency is upper sideband. Okay, Caribbean is lower sideband. 38 is lower sideband. But you'll figure all that out. Okay, did I save that in there? All right, now let's say we're up here on international call channel, and one of our buddies says, "Hey, can you go to channel 19?" You come down here to position 2, press the get button. Presto, you're on channel 19. All right, you through talking to him, you want to go back and listen to the international call channel. Same thing, put it on position 5, hit the get button, the get lever, or whatever the hell you want to call it, the get switch. Flip that up, you're back on channel 555. Okay? Now, band's dead. You want to see if you can find something. Alright, let's do some scanning. Let's scan down from here. Okay, now I got the squelch open, so the radio's going to do that with the squelch open. But when I squelch it, there it goes. Okay, and it'll do that until it finds an open frequency, or a frequency with a signal on it that opens a squelch. And then it'll just sit there and do that until they stop talking, and it goes back to scanning. Okay, I've got it hooked up to my dummy load. That's why we're not hearing anything. Alright, it'll also scan up. You just flip the switch, and if you hear something, if it stops on something you want to listen to, just put your scan button in the center and you're stopped on that channel. Or just open the squelch and hold the squelch open. Okay, either way will work. Alright, this switch over here that I was using before, this is your band or channel switch. Okay, the OSF switch, or CSF. CSF switch, channel selector function. Okay, in the up position it changes bands. jumps 45 channels every time you click this. Now what you saw there was the radio get to the top and then roll back over to the bottom. Okay. If we go back this way, it did the same thing. It rolled back over to the top. Alright. And it'll do that continuously at 45 channels at a time. Okay. And it goes all the way up to that frequency and channel right there. That's your highest frequency and channel. That's your lowest. Okay. And like I said, this is the band switch basically. Band or channel. And now it's labeled band and the channel is on the top. That's not really the way it works. When you flip this up, it's band. Okay. Down is actually channel. That's the function for the channel selector. Okay. Here is your high cut filter. I'll show you some more of that once we get it hooked up to an outside antenna. Alright, now let's do some power checks. Let's go up to about 145 channel. I don't want to do that. About channel 40. Okay. Now, I have a 1000 watt slug on that side. That's peak. I have a 500 watt slug on that side. That's average. Okay. The way we're going to be reading this, on this meter, we're going to read on the center scale there where it says 50, that's 500 watts. Okay, on this one, we're going to be reading on the bottom scale where it says 1000. I'm sorry, where it says 100, it's going to be 1000. Okay, now amplifier on and everything else is off. In your SP1A, and I'm using a SRA198 microphone on it, which I think Brent bought you one of those too. I'll have to go back and look at the sales receipt, but it sounds outstanding on this radio. Hello audio, audio, hello, hello audio. Okay, audio. That's with the SP1 off. Watch what happens when I turn the SP1A on. Hello audio, 1 2 1 2 audio, audio 1 2 1 2 audio. That's 63 amps right there. And that's tickling 1000 watts peak. Now, you hear that high-speed fan come on underneath there? And there's your auxiliary fan. Hello audio, 1 2 1 2 audio. Hello audio, audio 1 2 1 2 audio. You see that's well over 500 watts on RMS, and we're tickling 1000 on the peak meter. Hello audio, audio 1 2 1 2 audio, audio 1 2. It's about what, 990 watts or something like that. $65 amps right there. Okay, that's on the lower side band. I'm going to switch to AM. I'm going to turn the SP1A back off. Still got the amp on. dead keying a little over 50 watts. Audio, hello, hello, audio. Audio, 1 2 1 2, audio. And again, we're real close to 1,000 watts. We're over 900 watts peak on AM. That's with the SP1A off. SP1A is now on. Hello, audio. Audio, 1 2, audio, 1 2 1 2, audio. You see, we got good forward movement on the meter, but in order to get that, I have to turn it down to about 60 watts. Audio, hello, hello, audio. Audio, 1 2 3 4 5 5 4 3 2 1. We swing forward to about 80 watts from about 60. But that's what you want. You want good forward swing. Hello, audio. Audio, 1 2 3 4 5 5 4 3 2 1. That only draws about 35 amps on AM. And we're doing that. .7 amps right there. But I tell you what, the SRA998 along with the SP1A sounds outstanding. I've got several good comments on it. Hello, audio. Audio, 1 2 1 2, audio. Audio test. That's with the SP1A off. Okay. Now when your auxiliary fan is on, I've got an LED indicator up front here. Just letting you know that fan is on. Now, that fan is connected directly to DC power. So if you've been talking on the radio a lot, you know the amplifier is hot. You can actually cut the radio off and leave that fan going. Also, the little auxiliary fans inside the amplifier are going to keep running. Okay, now what little bit we've done now, we really don't need the auxiliary fan, but just wanted to make sure you knew that that auxiliary fan is connected directly to DC power through the fuse, of course. So it's on all the time. All right. Like I said, if you talk a lot, the amp gets hot, you want to keep that fan on, no problem. Okay, now here are the fans running, the high-speed fans running underneath. Now listen to this one when I turn it on. That sucker moves some air. Switch to an outside antenna. Stand by. Okay, this is the high cut filter. What's this? Isn't that nice? Had to make it a whole lot easier to listen to this thing all day. It's the lowest channel. Go to channel 19, see what we can hear. High cut off, high cut on. And this is the SRA998. Like I said, I got to check. I think your son bought one of these two. I think it's going to be included in with the radio. Oh, it sounds excellent on this radio, especially with the SP1A turned on. Oh my God. It just booms the audio out there. Well, Terry, I sure hope you enjoy your new birthday present. Your son spared no expense for his dad on his birthday. Like I said, he ordered every option I have. Terry, I sure hope you enjoy your new radio. 7-3, everybody.